Rachel announced. "So now you need to get off." Orly grinned, but didn't budge. Rachel glanced at Audra as Orly's end of the teeter-totter rose and Audra's end dropped. "Can I take your place?" Audra pushed a strand of dark hair under her cap and shook her head. "Sorry, Rachel, but I'm having too much fun." Rachel tapped her foot impatiently. If she'd known this would happen, she wouldn't have gotten off the teeter-totter. She would have waited until recess was over to get a drink. Suddenly, Orly leaped off the teeter-totter, sending Audra thudding to the ground. Audra squealed. "That wasn't nice. You should have warned me that you were getting off." "I decided I was thirsty." Orly snatched the cup out of Rachel's hand and drank. "Ah, that's better." "Aren't you worried about germs?" Audra asked as she scrambled off the teeter-totter. "Nope." Orly took another drink and handed the cup back to Rachel. "Ew." Audra wrinkled her nose. "That's so ekelhaft. Disgusting." Rachel pushed the cup at Orly. "You may as well keep it, 'cause I won't drink from it again." Orly shrugged and drank some more. "Let's play on the swings," Rachel said to Audra. "Okay." The girls had only been swinging a few minutes when Orly headed toward them, wearing his straw hat. He stopped in front of the swings, swayed back and forth, and fell on the ground. The paper cup flew out of his hand and landed in a clump of weeds. His straw hat flew off his head and landed in the dirt. Rachel rushed over to Orly and dropped to her knees. "Orly, what's wrong? Are you Gronk? Sick?" He stayed with his eyes closed, unmoving. Audra gasped. "Ach! Oh, do you think he's dead?" Rachel touched Orly's arm, but he didn't move. She clasped her hand over her mouth. "Maybe he is dead. I'd better get the teacher." Rachel raced for the schoolhouse, but she hadn't gone far when someone pushed her. She whirled around. There stood Orly, wearing his tattered hat and a lopsided grin. "Ha ha, I got you good," he said, slapping his knee. "Orly Troyer, you should be ashamed of yourself, scaring us like that," Audra said in a shaky voice. "We thought you were a goner." "Yeah, yes, we sure did." Rachel shook her head. "Not me. I knew he was only pretending to be dead. I was just playing along." Orly's lips twitched, his shoulders shook, and he laughed so hard tears streamed down his cheeks. Then he dropped to the ground and rolled in the grass. Orly looked so funny that Rachel laughed too. Soon, Audra joined in. "Now you really do look like Jacob's dog." Rachel pointed at Orly. "Whenever Buddy has an itch on his back, he rolls in the grass just like you're doing." "Woof, woof!" Orly sat up and begged. Rachel giggled. What a lacklich day. When Rachel and Jacob got home from school that afternoon, Rachel still felt like laughing. She'd laughed so much during recess that she couldn't concentrate on her schoolwork the rest of the day. In fact, a couple of times, the words in her spelling book had looked a bit blurry. She figured it was because she had tears in her eyes from laughing so much. "How come you're wearing such a silly grin?" Jacob asked. "I just feel happy today." Jacob stared at Rachel a few seconds. Finally, he shrugged and opened the door. "We're home, Mom." It smells like Mom's been baking today," Rachel said, heading for the kitchen. "I hope she made maple syrup cookies because they're my favorite." Jacob tickled Rachel in the ribs. "Every kind of cookie is your favorite, sister." Rachel giggled and tickled Jacob back. He snickered. "Stop that. You know how ticklish I am, especially my ribs." "Then you shouldn't have started it." "What's all this silliness about?" Mom asked when they entered the kitchen. "Rachel's in a lacklich mood today," Jacob said. Mom removed a tray of cookies from the oven and placed them on the counter. "It's good to be in a laughable mood. When we laugh, it makes us have a happy heart," she said, peering over her metal-framed glasses at Rachel. Rachel nodded and smiled. "I've had a happy heart